That was some good timing right there. Let's get to hour number two. I'm joined with my friend. He was just on the show about a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago. And since then, your Texas hip hop artist friend's been on my messages. And I'm interviewing him one by one. And he's back. Alter Eagles 2 is available on all it's on SoundCloud. I'm joined with the homie AR Green. What's up?
How's it going, Kenny? How's it going, my man?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm doing good, man. I'm staying busy because of your Texas hip hop friends, bro.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
So yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the MCs out there in Abilene, Texas, and near Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. So we last talked about a few weeks ago, and that before Alter Egos 2 was released, and now it's been a month since that album's been released. So now that you've had time to, now that it's been a month since the release, how you feeling about the record? How you feeling about everything?
Uh, Record-wise, I felt pretty good about it. It really showed diversity and growth when it comes to lyricism and talking about personal feelings, especially towards the back half of the album. So I felt pretty good about it. And like right now, we've kind of set back a little bit and kind of regrouped. So like right now, sitting on a project with my boy Big Rob, a collab project called Red River. We're trying to finalize, finish, and the mixing and mastering process. And then I also have another project I'm working with Radar Theory, who was on your show not too long ago. So definitely have a lot of stuff going right now.
Yeah, so obviously you got to since you moved back to Texas, you have linked up with a lot of folks there. Um and this Alto Eagles 2 album, definitely a dope record. And in the previous interview we did, you mentioned that Dizzy Wallace is on there, and I've heard that track with you, Dizzy, and Big Wob. That's a dope track. Um, so, what was it like getting to link up with Dizzy again for this record?
It's always a pleasure to link up with Dizzy. Like I told you in the previous interview, we got a collab going. Needs time to finish up what he's doing for a solo project. But as soon as that's done, we're gonna be on it. But like I said, it's always a pleasure to work with Disney. It's always a pleasure to work with Big Rob 325. Uh, I had actually kind of sent him like a rough draft of the track he wrote to it, and I ended up visiting Lexington. I don't know, about a year and a half ago, and relayed my verse. He laid his verse, and Big Rob sent his stems in, and Chad Davis was behind the mix on that one. But we have fun doing it. It's always nice when I can just let loose with the pen, and I know they feel the same way about that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, I don't think we we talked about this on a previous interview as well. Unity over envy, which is a collective, and it's featuring a variety of artists in the Abilene and surrounding areas of Texas. I did a show recently. I think it was at the Hip Hop Lounge. That was actually in late July last month. So talk about this unity over envy, man. How's everything going? I'm hearing a lot as far as music from most of y'all individually. How are you feeling about unity over envy?
It's going pretty well, actually. First show at the Hip Hop Lounge, shout out Hip Hop Lounge, went well. We had a good turnout. There was a little fight during the show down on the general floor. So kind of feel the buzz a little bit, but we still made some shit happen. Uh, but as a collective whole, we're looking at about a 5 to 10 track like collective project. We've already started on it. FTP Savvy, a dope artist. So was J Raw, and of course Radar Theory himself. Uh, we really just kind of have the same mindset, same vision, where we're wanting to, go, what we're wanting to do with this music stuff. So it was, a collective sit down, all professional, no hard feelings about what was being said. And we just came to an agreement like, this is what we're wanting, this is what we're doing, let's run with it. So it's kind of how UOE kind of came to formation. And it's been, like I said, it's been great. Uh, Pretty much open line communication at all times between everybody, and everybody's kind of sending everybody's stuff to work on. So it's, constant, nonstop work, and that's what I love.
Yeah, so shout out to BSQJ Wall, Big Wall 325, AR Green, FTP Savvy, and Radar Theory. Those are all the members of Unity Over Envy. They do have a community page on Facebook. So if you want to get in, learn more about the group and when this collective project coming out, go look them up on Facebook, Unity Over Envy, and get a chance to get familiar with some of the indie hip hop artists on that page, and there's gonna be a lot in store. So stay tuned for a new collective album from Unity Over Envy. So I'm definitely looking forward to this project. So you definitely staying busy with your solo music and doing shows and getting back to the swinging things in your native Texas. So I'm very very impressed with some of the artists I've gotten to interview. Black Benny, FTP Savvy, Radar Theory. Um, Man, the list goes on and on, man. So I'm very very in tune. Um, I've also interviewed another cat. He had the Average Joe EP out. I interviewed him last
Yeah,
week.
T well, T
Yeah,
well.
T Well. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. So man, that's a lot of talented artists as far as indie hip hop, man. Texas is it's a good time from what I've heard. So it's everything's looking up, man. So to all the Texas folks out there, please support these artists. Please, man. So you got the music, you got the shows, you got everything going for you. Um, you know what, man? I think you know where I'm about to go with this, cause we did talk
I was
about
waiting
this
for it.
last.
I was waiting for it.
I think you know where I'm about to go with this because a lot has happened since the last interview we did. Okay, so the last time we spoke, Baker Mayfield was still Cleveland Brown at the time. And now he's a Carolina Panther. And he's going to have to compete for the starting job with Sam Darnold, who I believe is in the same draft class with him. So when I saw, and I pay attention to your Facebook, man. I pay attention to your Facebook, and you kind of you explained to me you are a Baker Mayfield fan first.
Yes.
So
So
yeah,
whenever I was growing up, I've been a Patriot fan, everything Boston my entire life. So when it comes to basketball, Celtics fan, Red Sox fan, Bruins fan, and when it comes to soccer, Revolution fan. So whenever I decided to, be a Brown, that was when Baker got drafted, and I kind of migrated with him and kind of seeing where it went. So right now, I did, I really enjoyed the Browns fan base and the culture, but at the same time, I was only there for Baker. So now that he's on the move, I gotta kind of ride with Baker like LeBron fans ride with LeBron. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But as far as the Browns, it's it's not looking too hot. They've had a lot of injuries. The NFL is trying to push for a year plus suspension right now, trying to appeal what Sue gave Deshaun. And I think the NFL is going to end up getting that year and a half. So it's going to be interesting in what happens with the Browns this year, honestly.
Yeah, so I was a little confused when the 6 game suspension was put out. I think that was through a judge. That wasn't an NFL suspension. So that was a 6 game suspension. And NFLPA, even Deshaun chose to not appeal. They said, okay, 6 game suspension with all things considered. We'll take that. We'll take the bullet.
That was a cakewalk.
Yeah. So, and now, Roger Goodell, obviously NFL has a history of mishandling these suspensions when it comes to sexual assault, domestic violence, things like that. And Roger Goodell is taking a stronger stance saying that, hey, this guy should be suspended for the whole year. Now, obviously, with the contract that he signed, he's going to be okay financially. He ain't going to get hit hard with that. But, yeah, I mean, 24 women speak. Okay, it's one.
Yeah, then you only get 6. I mean, something's not right there.
Yeah.
Just, 6 games, it just don't sit right with me.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Okay, so it's just, the man has a problem, and it needs to be addressed, and he needs to be hit hard with a year-long suspension. I mean, put all the fandom to the side. Like, the Cleveland Browns knew the consequences when they took the chance of getting this man. And they even signed 3 different quarterbacks, knowing this man's going to most likely miss some time. I'm thinking Jacoby Brissett's going to be the starter, since he's the more experienced out of the 3 other guys, not named Deshaun Watson. So, and now Kareem Hunt wants out, for what I've heard. So that just builds more on what Cleveland has to deal with. It's going to be a tough season, one way or another.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for him.
Yeah, look, and regardless I've been a Baker critic, but even I admit the Browns did him wrong. And then there was a report that said that, we need a grown-up as a quarterback. And you go for Deshaun Watson, Mr. 24 silver cases.
I mean, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah,
man. You got to make it make sense. It just don't make sense.
Yeah, it's 24 cases. Like, bruh, does that sound like a grown-up to you? Like, bruh.
It sounds like a Browns move. Sounds like a Browns move.
As Skip Bayless like to say, it's a clown show. And Skip, he's an Oklahoma fan. Okay, he's loved Baker. I've been entertained with the debates with Skip and Shannon. Like that's so entertaining. It's like, man, that's something. I think, Baker is
still. They talk about him every day.
Yeah, it's like they treating him like he's LeBron now. Like, wait a minute. Skip do all he can to get the LeBron topics in there. But Baker now, that's his go-to guy now? Okay. So
keep the numbers up and keeps headlines going. So
keep the headlines up. Yeah. So now that how do you feel he's going to do at Carolina? Do you even think he's going to get the starting job over Sam Darnold, considering the Panthers are paying this guy $19 million this coming season, and I don't think you want all that money going to a guy that's going to be holding a clipboard, even with the addition of Baker Mayfield. What do you think his ceiling with Carolina?
I mean, I definitely agree with the price tag you're paying Sam Darnold. But from just the clips and from what I've read from different reporters and stuff that are out there, as soon as the pads got on, it was pretty much night and day when it comes to Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is out there slinging it right now, like carefree, like he knows, like he's it looks like he's getting comfortable with this offense. And from what the pressers have said from the coaches, that they're highly impressed with the speed of which he's got up with his offense. So I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to split, I think, this week and next week's reps on their preseason game, and then after the Patriot game, they're going to announce the starters. So I guess we'll see how it pans out. But I definitely agree it's not a good look on your franchise if you're paying $19 million for a guy to hold a clipboard on the sideline for you.
Yeah. So it's basically for Baker, he just has to wait and see, kind of like how his Cleveland career got started. He's in a wait and see approach, it appears, and he gets to sign with his own different team. He gets to do what he wants after this season. He'll be a free agent, be the end of his rookie contract. So all he can do is keep his head down, stay out of trouble, and just whatever, and make the most of whatever opportunity is presented to you.
Yep.
So that's all he can do. If Sam Darnold gets the job, he gets the job. Just whatever the coach tells you to do, just do it, man. That's all you can do.
Gotta do it.
And so, and he's in my team's division, by the way. I'm a Saints fan, so. And yes,
okay.
so,
Okay.
and I got high hopes for Jameis Winston this season. Okay, so he obviously had a bit of a setback, bit of a sprain on the foot. I don't think he's going to be playing in the preseason opener against the Texans anyway. It'd be most likely Andy Dalton. So, and I've heard so much good about Michael Thomas, looking like he's getting close to being that 2019 guy, that one offensive player of the year. So
if he gets back to that form, they're gonna be scary with Jameis swinging it.
Yeah, I like Landry. I like Olave, and I like that Taysom Hill's gonna be a tight end and still do some QB plays here and there. So I just don't want him throwing the football. I don't want him throwing the football. You can run, you can catch, you can block, you can do all them things. Sean Payton ain't there no more. So you just, so just do you. So, yeah, Texas, man. Texas football is coming up. Football season is already here, obviously, but, college, people get more into college than the pros. And I think we already discussed about Texas and Oklahoma moving to the SEC in a couple of years. So, for what you've read, what do you think? Do you think Quinn Ewers, who is the former Ohio State guy, you think he's going to end up being the starting quarterback in the season opener?
I do. I think Ewers has a lot of talent. He had a lot of talent when he was at South Lake. I mean, he was $1 million quarterback in high school for a reason. He's not a slouch. He's going to go in there and compete. It just so happens that he was in Ohio State, where some of the best athletes go to play. So I mean, he's going to get a shot, and I don't think he's going to disappoint. But I think it'll be another like Sam Ehlinger, just minus the feet. But I think he'll be really productive in that Texas offense. Hopefully, Steve Sarkisian can actually get something going this year and not be below 500 as usual.
Yeah, so what definitely we'll see what Quinn is able to do. And yeah, in Texas, they've been getting some 5 stars here and there, but obviously
Mm-hmm.
the biggest 5 star of them all is they got that Arch Manning kid, and of course
Yeah.
that name Manning. It's very familiar with football fans. I think and you got Archie, Peyton, and Eli. You better be the next big quarterback, the next big quarterback. So Texas fans, they got a few more years to look forward to him. So
Yeah.
college football is gonna be fun this year. I mean, it's always been fun, but it's gonna be interesting with this being like
Oh, for sure.
yeah, it's with this being the last season for some of these schools and these conferences being together. So especially those that unlikely to be playoff contender teams, but we'll see. But I'm very curious about that for sure. I enjoy what AR Green. He's got the Alter Egos 2 album out on SoundCloud. Make sure you go stream it. Go check out that album. Go check it out. Be able to look out for Unity over Envy collective project coming soon. Most likely in the fall. Let's just pencil fall release. That what it looks like as of right now. Uh, what else you got in store, man? What else you got? Even outside of music, what's next? And who else I should look forward to as far as indie Texas hip hop that's out there?
Uh, Man, you really need to get Robvay on the show. Robvay is he's an exceptional artist and engineer in the Abilene area. I definitely did a collab with him, and I'll definitely do more. Uh, but he's such a dope artist. I'll have to try to link y'all together.
Yeah.
Uh, like the list goes on over here. Damasio Perez, the dope artist over here. Uh, the list just goes on. You've had quite a few already on your show, but it's just growing. Like I love to see the work ethic now that shit's actually going and people are actually working, people are talking. It's moving. Like when I got here, it didn't seem like people were really, fucking with each other like that and really doing anything. And now I'm seeing everybody kind of working together and whatnot. But for myself, I won't. I don't really see myself, back home for the foreseeable future. Like I'll probably end up back on the West Coast eventually, probably sometime in the next year, and then try to go back there and kind of do my thing with Swisher Sleep over there in the Seattle area and see where it goes. I just kind of want to move around, kind of grow as a person, but also grow as an artist. So that's kind of where my head state is right now. Is I got a lot of goals, got a lot of focus right now, and I'm just trying to move as correctly as possible without, any setbacks or anything. So that's really where I'm at.
Yeah, so Texas man has a history of hip hop, obviously, and now seeing more indie artists getting to thrive in the Lone Star State, it's very telling. So it's I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of these Texas hip hop artists and see what's next for them. It's going to be a good time. This weather is getting really intense. This weather just man scorching hot, man. But
Oh man, it was 116 here the other day. Talk about dying.
bruh, that's look. So I treat the weather, the warm weather, like just a shower. like a bathtub situation, man. You want it not too cold, but not too hot. You want a balance. So and it's sometimes you don't necessarily get that. So it's what drives me crazy is you watch the weather man or weather woman, right? And they say it's 90 degrees, but it feels like 100. I hate that. I hate
Like,
that.
just say it's 100. Don't say it's 90.
Yeah,
Say it's 100.
yeah, I hate that. I hate that
Yeah,
with a
I
passion.
definitely agree with
So,
you.
just say what the weather is and just leave it at that. That's just my take on that. So AR Green Man, thank you so much for being on the show as always.
Always.
And everybody go check out Alter Eagles 2 on SoundCloud page. AR Green, go check it out. Thank you, man, for being on the show, man, and enjoy your night.
All right, man. I appreciate you. You have a good one, Kenny.
You too, man.